Hello and welcome to the Power BI dashboard tutorial, and in this Power BI dashboard tutorial I am showing you how you can create this dashboard, which is to show you or show your audience the history about a hospital or a medical institute, to be precise, which is AIIMS, All India Institutes of Medical Sciences. So All India Institute of Medical Sciences is a group of autonomous government public medical universities of higher education under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. So this is a quick information about what AIIMS is, when it was first started and stuff like that. And this dashboard I created also in the Tableau, and I posted it yesterday on my channel. So you can look at my previous video where this similar dashboard is created in Tableau as well. So whole idea is how we can create a similar type of dashboard within the Power BI, which is functional, providing us the history about not just the history, like how many AIIMS are in operations right now. So for example, 19, there is one proposed, one under construction. And if you want to see under construction, we can select this, and this will show us where exactly the under construction is and under whose leadership it is right now. Where is this one proposed, where is this one announced, all of this information at our dips. Similarly, under whose leadership it was established. So the very first one was established under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, the second one was under Manmohan Singh, and third one, which is right now 18 AIIMS, is established under the leadership of Narendra Modi. And then how much time it took to complete the AIIMS. This is sorted based on the announced year, right? So when it was announced and when it got complete. So clearly you can see over here these bars is basically indicating the maximum time it took, and then this one down below, you can see that how quickly now within 2 years it is getting established, or it's basically being created very quickly now. So on top of that, it basically shows you the number of AIIMS that you have at various different places, right? And just a quick summary of where across the India it is all located. So this is a quick information about those who is, let's say, in the business of providing medical equipment or infrastructure services and stuff like that, where they can plan it out, like where exactly your AIIMS are, what kind of services you can provide. Also for someone like general public who wants to know where exactly AIIMS are present, they can select that location and look at where exactly they need to go for an AIIMS. So with that, first of all, from where this idea came? Well, the idea came from a very recent inauguration of the AIIMS Bilaspur, which was, I think, 4 or 5 days back, somewhere around 8 or 10 October. It got not 8 or 10, I think 6th or 7th October it got inaugurated. And that basically I started thinking about, okay, so this one is Bilaspur, which I believe is here, if I'm not wrong. Yes, this one, right? So this one recently got so it was Bilaspur, you can see, 2015 it got announced, 2020, and 5 years it took to, basically after the announcement it took like 5 years when we can see it happening, or we can see it inaugurated. All right, so from there the idea came in that how about figuring out, so natural question is how many AIIMS that we have at various different places, who basically created it or under whose leadership it got created, and then a quick summary about like how many we have under announced, proposed, under construction, stuff like that. So it becomes relatively easy for someone like a management to look at very high level as to what's going on. There is a lot more that can be done, but whole idea is we start simple. So where is the data? Well, the data is present over here. I basically go to the AIIMS Wikipedia site, and down below you can see all this information is present in a well structured table, from where the information is not clean, as you can see. And in this video I'll show you how you can clean the information, how you can group the information, and show it as per the expectation, right? Oops. So that's basically what we will see, and we will connect directly to the Wikipedia site in this tutorial, and create this dashboard, right? So with that, let's go ahead and start creating it. So what I'll do is I will just create a new page over here, and in this new page what I'll do is or I can create a altogether completely new workbook. I think that would be relatively easy, so I will say Control N. That should give me the new Power BI window. As you can see, it is opening, and we will create scratch by scratch we'll create from scratch and step by step, so that you know what to do when you are starting completely blank. So for a beginner, it becomes really important that any project that we are starting should start from scratch. So first thing first is getting the data. So over here you have the get data option, and before that, what version I'm using? Well, I think I'm using the most recent version. Within the help, you can look at about version 2.109, right? So that is something what I'm using. In the home, I have the get data, and I will connect to web. I will take the link over here and press Ctrl C and come to my blank workbook over here, click OK, and when I click OK, it will start figuring out from where I am fetching the data and give me some information about the tables and all. So over here you can see it has started showing the section where multiple tables will be present. So I need to see which table it is present. So yeah, this is the AIIMS and location, right? And you have other tables that you can explore. So this table 2, I think is, sorry, this table 2 is same as this AIIMS and location table. Then you have table 5, 6, whatnot. So wherever it could find the tables, it can show you. So what we need is AIIMS and location. If I click OK, we need to clean this data, right? So we will click on transform data. So once we click on transform data, it will take us into the Power Query. As you can see, Power Query editor, and within the Power Query editor, we need to clean this row, we need to clean this row. What else? I think that should be it, right? No, not even this one is also need to be cleaned. So if I just collapse this, select this. So to clean this, we need to split it. So under home, you have the split column, and by delimiter, within the delimiter you need, so custom by default, as you can see, it has picked up this bracket, right? Leftmost delimiter, that means the first one, right? So that's one we need to split, and just click OK. Once you click OK, you get this information, and then over here you can delete this by right clicking on this column and click on remove. The same thing you need to do it over here by delimiter leftmost, because that's where we want to split. So information for the year has come. Again, right click, remove. Okay. Then we can change it announced year so that it looks more user friendly. Established year, more user friendly, right? And then if I go to the right over here also, we can easily split it and clean this data leftmost. Just make sure that, and click OK. You select this, right click and remove the column. Also, if you see, this is something interesting, 125 plus 7. So ideally what we want is, we want to right click over there, replace values, find what 125 plus 7 and replace with 132, because fortunately that's the only value. There is nothing like in multiple columns the value is present. All right, so that's what it is. And in couple of places you can see, which is under construction over here, the number of students is obviously intake is missing, but over here in under construction, they have given the information, probably because it may be in their one of the last stages, or it's already been identified like how many students they want. This is the NIRF ranking, which is the ranking given to the institutes, the National Institute framework, something like that, which is present over here. Okay, so these are all the steps that we have applied, right? And then we can close and apply. Once we click on close and apply, you will see that it will start evaluating it and start performing the operation on the data, and will create the entire model for us to use in the front end for the creation of visualization and tables. So before I do anything, make sure I hit the save button, and I will, within my Power BI, I will call it AIIMS underscore recreated. Okay, save it. So once I save it, you will see that this information is now saved. So the first thing first is, what we need is the image or the icon. If you go over there, if I simply have to recreate everything like this, and even before that, I need to change the background of the visual. So format your report page, canvas background over here, choose the first gray color, and transparency, make it 0, then only this information will display. I don't know why they keep the transparency 100%. What is the point, right? Because if you choose any color, you will be like, if you are a beginner, you will be confused why the color is not coming, because the transparency is 100%. So it just doesn't make any sense why they are keeping it. If you know it, like why it is making sense, then make sure you comment it and let me know at least, so that I can make up my mind like why they are doing that. So with that information, first thing first is go to the insert. Over here we have the image, add image to the report, and I believe in the download, not download the picture, I have the AIIMS logo over here that we can reduce, right? Okay, come on, yeah, that should be it. Okay, so once we have this, then what we have is, again, in the home we can add the text to our report. So text is based on this, and then yeah, this much is fine. We will going to create like this little bit here. So I want to keep some space, and what I did is, for the commentary, I went up right over here, and I just picked up the introduction for the users, right? You can change it. I like Arial, and I like 12. You, up to us. What do we, oh, 14 is big, 12, maybe 13. 14 is becoming really big, right? What if I choose caliber? No. Okay, I think 12 is fine, right? Maybe Arial. No, Arial back is too much. All right, so oops, I don't know what I did. So this is the first section, right? If you want, you can squeeze it up a little bit. You can squeeze it up as well a little bit, as you can see. And I'm just trying to okay, this much is fine. At least I can live with this. Yeah, okay. So once we have this, then what we can do is we can start building a little bit of visualization. So the first visualization is this information, right? Announced, class started functionally and partially functional, proposed and under construction. So over here we have the status. So if I show you, this is something what I have taken is the multi-card, and I have taken the status. I believe there is a status view. Yeah, status. And then we have the number. Let's say if I take the number, and this is not the sum but count, right? So we have this. So this is what it is. And if I go down over here and place it, this is how the information is coming. We need to do a bit of a formatting just to make sure that so before even formatting, you will see that the classes started, partially functional, functional, all of that should be grouped, right, as per what I have grouped it over here. So what we can do is we can do two things. right? Either we can put it, come over here, status, click on these three ellipses and click on new group, right? And new group is classes started, functional, partially functional, these three one, and we call it group. Okay, and then we have proposed, announced, and under construction, and click OK, right? So we have the status group now over here, which we can put it in the visualization by removing the status and by bringing the this. So that way our visualization will be absolutely similar to this one, which is this, right? And we can move it up. Also, this count of number is does not make any sense, so we'll come over here in format visual, category label, and we will remove that. And now this is perfect, right? So with that, okay, with that information we also need the title. So over here in the, first of all, select the visualization, in the general, title, enable, and we AIIMS function status, so we will call it AIIMS function status, right? Let's call it a heading 4, maybe bold, no bold please, it's already enough bold. Okay, so AIIMS function status, we have the first visualization, and you can see we did the bit of a grouping and all, so just so that information is properly present. The second one is leadership established, so we will have to come over here in data, and you can see the announced year. So 1952 is the very first year when it got announced, and it was under the leadership of first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Then whatever got announced in 2003, established in 2012, this was under in the era of the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. And anything which was announced after 2000, which was announced like, let's say 2012 or 2014, but established under 2018, that's when you had the era of Narendra Modi, who is the current Prime Minister. So what we were going to do is we were going to create a new column. So if I expand this, and you will see that we have the new column over here, and in this new column we will call established by, and we use the if condition. If established year is equals to 1956, then we call it Jawaharlal Nehru, right? And again we say if established year is equals to 2012, because if you see this is the 2012, so it clearly segregate the area, the year. So if this is this, then we call it Manmohan Singh, right? Prime Minister during that period. Otherwise the current Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, and yeah, so this is what it is. We close this, and we click apply, and this is what we have, a new column created for all of our. So first one is Jawaharlal Nehru, then Manmohan Singh, and then Narendra Modi. And clearly we can come over here in the visualization. I don't know why I said clearly, but that's okay. So over here I create one more visualization, and this visualization is established by, is on the x-axis, and the number, the count should be over here, right? Then we will just format the axis little bit. First of all, we need x-axis, but what we don't need is title, right? Similarly for y, we completely don't need y-axis. I don't like it. It makes my chart more clean. I need the labels, right? We need to change the title. AIIMS established I think what I choose, leadership established aims, or I would say leader who established aims, right? ESTA established aims. So that should be good, right? And let's call it heading number 4. So it is in sync with this. Heading number 3, yeah, should be okay. And then what we have is we have this. We can bring it down a little bit if we want, but there is now a more space. We will cover up the space. Okay, so we save this. So now this is saved. The third chart is basically the name of the aims. So over here, this is the chart, right? And let's just try take the entire space and come over here, little bit of space. Yep, that should be good. And then we call it, this is the announced. So first thing first is name. So where is my aims name? Is over here. Ooh, what did I do? Yeah, so this is not actually this visualization. This needs to be a table. So this is a table. Sorry about that. Just messed up a little bit. Okay, and I expand this down below there because there are like a lot of names. So if I select this, now let me bring the name, established year, announced year, and number, which should be the count. Count, right? Why the count is okay, like because of this. All right, so we have this aims here, and then we have this established here, and we squeeze this little bit, and then we have the count, right? We don't need to aggregate. Don't summarize, count. Well, that's okay. Over here, all this thing, count of number. So this basically should not be the count of number, but this should be how much time it took to complete it. So I put it wrong. I close this. What I'm going to do, first of all, save this and then create a new measure, and we will call it time to complete. And the time to complete is basically yours, when it got announced and when it got established. So established, est, time to complete, sorry, sum of established year, yeah, because without aggregation it won't work. Sum of announced year, click OK. Time to complete, and if you see, we are getting negative value. So what we will going to say, if is blank, what established here, established, if is blank. Okay, so the is blank is not coming because it is expecting a value. I need to use the values established year. So this becomes a little tricky if you are not 100% sure. If is blank, okay, unexpected, this, okay. So because now we are in the if condition, so we can't use this, right? And I don't know, I'm just getting a vibe that I have to go back to the yeah, because it is if condition, it basically creates at a row level. So I'll just close this. Time to complete, I will going to delete it from here. Yes. And over here in this table, I will create a new column rather than a new measure. So we will create time to complete if established, sorry, if established, come on, crazy. Okay, I'll create again new column, time to complete is equals to if established. Sometimes it behaves really wacky, as you can see. Now just hold on. I hope I'm creating a new column. Time to complete if established. All right, this is behaving. Let me just close this and open this. Let me first of all save this, right? So it is saved. If I again try this, time to complete if condition, no, it has been crazy stuff, something wrong. We close this file, sorry, I'll save this first of all and I'll close this. Let me just open it again. You know, that's a trademark thing for Windows applications. All right, let me open it. AIIMS recreate. This should open my visualization. Okay, if I go here, come on, this time time to complete. Yep, yes, if, come on, see, this time it's coming. Established year, sorry, I have to write is blank. If it is blank, right, then 0. Otherwise, established year minus announced year and close this. Like, okay. And this is what we have. Lovely. We have this. I'll save and we will call it, select this, we'll call it time to complete. We have the time to complete, but if you see, this is what the visualization I'm getting. So how to get that? Well, it's quite tricky. So over here we have the conditional formatting, we call it data bars, and click OK, and we have the data bars over here, right? So over here also you see the data bars are present, and if I go back again a little bit into the data bar, so we have the, if we don't need show only the bar, right, click OK, so only the bar will be shown. However, you have the option where you can show the bar and you can uncheck this. That should show you the value. Also, if you want to change the color, like I have changed it over here, you can change it. So I have chosen this one, click OK, and this is what it is, right? In that case, the labels should be white. So what you have is the values, and the text color, make it what, this, right? And the font color is this, Text wrap is fine. It should give me the alignment option, but it is not because they want it at the end, and sometimes this irritates a little bit, like you don't have any option, you have the values, yeah, but your all the values are changing, so let's keep it black itself, right? So that's one. And after that, cell element, font color, cell, let's say cell is this, we have the data bars enabled, we have the font also enabled, font color, let's call it what this, field value, oh, cancel. So this basically says from lowest value to highest value, from custom enter a value, or lowest value, let's choose this, highest value, let's choose this only. So we are playing around a little bit, but yes, still not very clean because these values are disappearing. So this is where a bit of an experiment is needed in case if we need to make things, yeah, this one is fine at least, right? So cell elements, and we have something called a specific column, we have apply on values, apply specific columns is this, we have applied it, alignment, yeah, there you go, this is what I needed, right? So now this is good. Text color, I had already changed this, so because probably I've changed it over there, that's why it is not changing, and that should be okay. All right, so for now I'm good, at least it gives me an indication what I'm looking at. Okay, so I reduce this, and if I just try to reduce this, yes, perfect. Yep. All right, let me try to squeeze in as soon as possible, and this is good. So this is like a bit of a formatting and changes and all of that we need to do to make looks like this. Also the border, if you see, it's not like this, even the colors over here is not like this. We will change it once we will produce this final visualization. So our final visualization is over this map, right, where we need to bring in states UT. Where are you? Yeah, there you are. Location, right, and we have count, number, bubble size is count, okay, and this is over here, we have bubbles, color, let's make it dark just to be consistent, right, show all, no, we don't want to change it, category label, oh, you can show it, but you can see what you are getting. All right, so you have this map setting as well, you have couple of options like you want aerial view, you want dark view, you want light, right, grayscale, controls, you have zoom, auto zoom, lasso, and all of those selections. And what we had selected was the road, I think this is fine, right? And yeah, so this is what it is. Bubbles, category labels, map settings, we have show labels, okay, this is this is where it will not show anything, right? So if it is like way too much, but if you want the category labels, then you can do like this, but you know that it will be little crazy. Values, you can make it what, 7. Background, you can disable. Color, you can make it like this, right? But it does not give, like, it shows Madhya Pradesh is like this, but it is actually Uttar Pradesh, so that's why it can be misleading. So better we close this. However, over here, let's just enable that. Okay, so this is what it is. And then we have already the count of AIIMS, right? So that should be your title. Count of AIIMS by state UT, heading number 4. We can make it. So this is good. This is done. We come over here. We select this. The grid is bit of a thing which we need to improve. Visual, we have the grid, we have the border, the color. Let's keep it what this. Yeah, should be good. Or if you want a little bit dark, just so that it is little bit visible, you can do that. So even for this over here, right, you have the call out values, category labels. We have disabled that. We have the cards, and within the cards we can choose it a dark value. Similarly, over here we will choose the columns as dark columns, right? So yeah, that's what it takes to create this dashboard, right? So if I come up, yep, that's what it takes to create this dashboard. As you can see, now if I want what are under construction, I want to select that. This shows me, these 4 values, and you can, with your fingers, 2 fingers, you can move up and down. It's very sensitive, at least on my laptop, but it shows you where it is under construction, right? Where it is proposed, where it is announced, total 19, right? And over here, for example, you want to view one thing, this is what they created, this is where it is present in the location. Where Jawaharlal Nehru created is in the New Delhi, where Narendra Modi is creating is across the India, and these many are basically either announced or functional, proposed, all these categories. But if you want 4 uh, and where it is announced like this, you can still do that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoyed it. One last thing though, these titles, right? So if I select this in the visualization, format, general, title, background, yep, makes sense. Select this, background, little dark, background, slightly dark. Over here, if you want, you can give title to this table as well. Select this, enable the title, and what is the title? AIIMS time to complete. AIIMS time to complete, and then choose the 4th heading, and you have the heading over here. And you can choose the background color, slightly dark, right? And this is where we need to do a bit of an adjustment, just so that we can move through scroll bar. Total is what, 114. Doesn't look good, right? So what do we need is basically with the visuals, totals. We don't want totals. Yep. So there you go. We have the entire view, right? So this is what I wanted to show you, like within 30 minutes we can create, how we can create this dashboard, close to 30 minutes, 32 minutes maybe, probably, because initially 5-7 minutes I have taken it for an introduction, but this is what the whole idea is, how you can create it, this dashboard within Power BI, right? And Tableau 1 is already present also. I'll put the link in the description. So that's about it, and I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic.